Samaria. And first of all, Colin, thank you so much for being here.
Glad, it's an honor.
Is it your first time here in Israel?
This is my first visit to Israel, yeah. It's
wow.
been amazing.
Can you share with us some of your thoughts of that you've learned or that has totally surprised you that you didn't know before?
Well, it's been just very rewarding because I've been writing a lot about Israel in Germany, and the Germans only get left-wing media. They only hear one side of the story, and as an American, I've always had a slightly different perspective, and it's always just driven me crazy to see how the media distort what's going on here. So it was really great to come here and be on the ground and meet people like Avi and see what's really going on and be able to get the story out even better. And I think there's a lot of potential to open people's eyes to what's really going on.
And you've been mentioning some very interesting comments the more you've been learning about our situation here on the ground, with our neighbors, with the Arab Muslims, and I was showing you our Rami Levy, our Gush Etzion shopping center, where there's true coexistence, where Jews and Arab Muslims are able to work together and shop together. That is the picture of the future. And unfortunately, the EU does not support that future. They support the Palestinian Authority that supports terror and everything. You were giving some interesting side notes to me about a comparison between another country. You want to go into what you were talking about?
Last year in September, we were in South Africa, and your viewers may know about it. There are problems there with killings on farms. Especially white farmers are being killed. The radical left-wing parties are calling for expropriation. They treat the white farmers as if they'd taken the land away, which was mostly cultivated by the Afrikaners in the first place. So being here in Israel, I was struck by the parallels between Israel and South Africa. They're both facing terror in the night, people climbing in their houses and trying to kill them just for racial reasons. They're facing land grabs, people squatting, suddenly taking the land away. In South Africa, it's the majority of the land is owned by Afrikaner farmers, and in Israel here it's technically mostly Israeli land, even though the Arabs don't seem to treat it that way. And parallels like tapping water illegally happens in both countries. The corruption, the intense corruption going on in the administrations, which really ruin the countries that the rest of the world is kind of celebrating as the heroes, are the most corrupt and the most violent and the most dangerous. And the people, the good people who are fighting for peace and a better future, seem to be left alone by the rest of the world, and it's heartbreaking, both in South Africa and here in Israel, to see how good people suffer.
I think you'll agree with me that the views that I represent, which today are labeled right-wing conservative, we're about, and I think you'd agree with this as well, we're about ensuring that there are no more Dvir Soreks, that there are no more illegal land grabs, that there is a future where we're able to live together, whether it's the Jews and our Arab Muslim neighbors here, or whether it's the similarity, which I never really heard about before, like that you explained so succinctly in South Africa. But it's so sad because the truth is being suppressed and made to look at as being wrong and evil. So instead of stopping the murders and stopping illegal land grabs and stopping the illegal corruption that takes place, it's the international community
the world is supporting the criminals.
That supports the exactly. They the thugs are getting supported by the criminals. The people who, and many intellectuals and many friends who say that they're moral people, they're smart people, and yet they too allow themselves to be blind to the truth, blind to the corruption, blind to the evil. No, to fight evil, you have to call it out as evil. How are you supposed to fight evil if you don't call it out as evil? For the good on both sides to survive.
Mm-hmm. And people need to get the truth, and that's why your work is so important. That's why I kind of basically gave up my life to suddenly find myself working as a journalist. And it's important to get the truth out. It's important to support alternative media like Avi's. And even if you're a leftist or not a conservative listening to this, examine different points of view, listen to different arguments, read other media. If your media are always telling you that Israel is bad, that Trump's a racist, that Brexit is a catastrophe, that Viktor Orban and Matteo Salvini are proto-fascists, then maybe you should try reading other media now and then just to see what other people may have to say about it, because there may be other arguments that you've never heard before.
Oh, very important. Any final message for the people of Israel, for the Jewish people?
I just wish you peace and all the best.
Thank you so much, Colin. All right, everyone, signing off from the ancestral homeland of the Jewish people, here, the Judean hills, where Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the 12 tribes, the prophets, they all walked here, right here, Colin, they all walked here. The Jews are back to make a better future for everyone who wants to live peacefully with us. That's what it's all about. Thanks for watching, everyone. Shalom.